Hi, I have Suzanne Biro here again this week as my guest chef. She's going to make another recipe that she has on her food blog, Food by the Gearhead's Wife.
Thank you, Steph. I'm pleased to be here. Well, this one is another one of these recipes that you really don't need to be too precise about. It's one of these things that you can throw together, and what I like about it is that it's using beets in a way that you wouldn't think to use beets, making beet latkes. So as most people know, beets are pretty, well, they're an undervalued vegetable actually a lot of the time, but normally they take a long time to cook. You need about a pound and a half of beets. So how much is that? That's about 4 or 5 of beets this size. Again, you don't have to be very precise. So you're going to be taking the green tops off. Save those for something else. You really can use these. They make delicious side dishes. Just take the top off here like that, and then you want to peel it. This one's not my normal peeler. It's Stev's peeler.
As long as you're right-handed.
That's right. Good. It's good. It's sharp. It makes good work of it. Beautiful.
Would you make this with any color of beet?
You could, actually. Okay, so I've grated my beets now. I've just put them in a big bowl. You kind of want a big bowl because you want to be able to muscle this around a little bit when you mix in the rest of the ingredients. But it doesn't really matter. So this is about 4 or 5 beets that have been hand grated. And now we're going to chop up some fresh rosemary. I've already taken the leaves of the rosemary here off of the stems. And just try and, you know, chop that as finely as you can. Again, you don't need to be too precise here. You just want to chop it up. Smells absolutely beautiful. So you have about a tablespoon of chopped fresh rosemary. And I'm just going to fire that into the bowl. Just add that in there. So the next thing I'm going to put in there is just a little bit of salt. Again, I don't know, it's about a teaspoon or so. Just sprinkle it in. Again, not precise. And some fresh pepper. I like a lot of pepper. Now the last thing that we're going to add in here is about a 1/4 cup of flour. I add this a little bit at a time because you're really looking just to bring this stuff together. You don't really need it to be sticky, you just want to use the flour as a binder. So do a little bit at first, give it a good stir, and that might even be enough right there. Just so everything gets a little bit...
Just lightly coated.
Yep, very lightly. These latkes really benefit from cooking in butter. And just get that griddle well coated. So then we take our mixture. I find this easier to do when you have 2 spoons. So just take a good spoonful like that. Put that right on the pan. Flatten it a little bit. There's your first latke. Trick to these is not to disturb them once they're going. So I'm going to let those cook. It's about 2 or 3 minutes per side. These are done when they're browned on both sides. You can see that they've cooked down a little bit. They've kind of shrunk. That's because a lot of the moisture has come out of them. And just take them off the griddle there and set them on a plate. Got a lovely white plate to highlight that color. Lovely.
Beautiful.
Now I like to serve these with goat cheese. The traditional thing that you have with latkes, of course, are sour cream, but goat cheese goes absolutely fantastically with beets.